Music is a universal language that we all enjoy in many different genres, and it is also an important part of most of our lives. According to the John Hopkins University, research shows that listening to music can reduce anxiety, blood pressure, and pain, as well as improve sleep quality, mood, mental alertness, and memory. But music can also play a key part in educating children. A 2016 study at the University of Southern California's Brain and Creativity Institute found that musical experiences in childhood can actually accelerate brain development, particularly in the areas of language acquisition and reading skills. Dancing to music helps children build motor skills while allowing them to practice self-expression. For children and adults, music helps strengthen memory skills, and it also has the ability to stimulate the whole of the brain, highlighting memory function, stimulating speech, communication, and listening skills. So you can see that music is a really powerful tool. So let's discuss why use music for child maltreatment prevention. We know that maltreatment cases around the world are still at an alarming rate. And I believe that one of the biggest reasons it is still such a major problem in our communities is the inability of people to discuss this subject openly. The My Body is My Body program serves as an introduction to child maltreatment and has helped many communities to start addressing this problem, giving parents, teachers and social workers and community leaders a way to initiate the difficult subjects that we need to address with children in a positive, empowering and non-threatening way. Before I explain more about the program, let me show you some of the children around the world singing some of our songs, showing you what body empowerment and safety can look like.
My body, nobody has the right to hurt me. My body, and nobody has the right to touch me. I've got 2 hands to feel, and 2 eyes to see, and 2 ears to hear what you're telling me. I've got 2 strong legs to take me where I go, and I've also got some private parts that I don't want to show. It's my body, and nobody has the right to hurt me.
So you can see that by taking a different approach, we can not only educate children, parents and communities, but through using the modal of music, these messages will be remembered for years to come. The My Body is My Body program has been taught in person to well over 1 million children, and we have also had more than 1 million views on our YouTube channel. So we're making progress, but we need to reach so many more children. The program lessons have been translated into 25 languages, and the songs have been sung in 12 languages so far, and we will have many more for you in the next few years. It is also free to everyone, as I want all communities to be able to have access to this program. The program has hundreds of supporters and partners around the world, including ISPACAN, Compassion International, Pashan, Cognizant Outreach, and it is also the core educational program of the Global Goodwill Ambassadors Foundation. We have tutorials for the parents and teachers, children's workbooks in many languages where the children can join in with activities and also find all the words to the songs. Our 3 messages for presenting this to children are: keep it fun, keep it simple. Young children do not need to know any in-depth details of abuse. Just give them simple rules, as we want to keep children as innocent as possible. Nobody should be hurting you. Nobody should be touching your private parts. Nobody should take photos of your private parts. If you have a problem, tell somebody. And don't keep secrets if somebody is hurting you. Please tell someone if you're being bullied or if someone you know is being bullied. The last thing to do is to keep it positive. We want to empower children so that they feel positive about their bodies and safe in the knowledge that if they have a problem, there is somebody to talk to. Now I will explain a little bit about each song. Song 1, My Body is My Body. This is what we tell the children. Today we're going to learn about our bodies. Do you know that your body is very special and it belongs only to you? We have many different parts of our body, including legs, arms, mouth, feet, hands, ears, and we also have private parts. Your private parts are where your underwear or your swimsuit covers. There are only 2 times that somebody would ever touch your private parts. Number 1, when you're very small, your mom, dad, or your carer will bathe you and have to wash your private parts. But as you grow older, you'll learn how to do this for yourself. If you are sick or sore, you might have to have medicine on your private parts, or a doctor might have to look at you there. But your mommy and daddy or your carer would always be with you. Apart from that, nobody should ever be touching your private parts or taking photos of your private parts. This is a very simplistic explanation, but it is one that parents, teachers feel very comfortable with, and children from the ages of 3 can understand this message. We then do the My Body is My Body song and answer any questions that the children might have. We have presented this all over the world and in some of the most conservative communities, and we have never had any complaints about the content of the program.
It's my body, and nobody has a right to touch me, 'cause my body is my body for me.
Song number 2. If it don't feel right, don't do it. Our rap song, which is very popular with the children, the objective is to teach children to listen to their feelings, to talk about peer pressure, and to help children with body empowerment. Most of the time, children know when things don't feel right or when things make them feel uncomfortable. So teach them this rule. If it don't feel right, don't do it. When we're talking to children about peer pressure, talk about different scenarios, including peer pressure by their friends at school or siblings at home. They may try to make the child do things that they know are wrong or that they know that their parents won't approve of. You can even include people that might try and get them to take drugs in this conversation, as it is a major problem in many schools around the world. Standing up to peer pressure can be tough, but talk about it and explain how much stronger they will feel and how much more self-confidence they will have if they don't let themselves be pressured or bullied by other children into doing things that they don't want to do. Remember the rule, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Objective number 3, helping children with body empowerment. Children need to know that their bodies are their own and that if things make them feel uncomfortable, they have a right to say, no, I don't want to do that. This includes unwanted hugs and kisses as well as touching. We do encourage our parents not to force their children to hug people and sit on the laps of family members if the children do not feel comfortable with doing so. We can encourage children to be polite and shake hands as not to offend people, but we need to listen when our children are not comfortable with situations, as there may be a reason they are not comfortable. This song will also open the subject of feelings for discussion, and just a few are you happy? Are you sad? Are you lonely? Are you angry? Are you scared?
'Cause if it don't feel right, don't do it. Oh, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Song number 3, the What If game. The objective of this song is to teach children to say no with authority, especially in difficult situations. The What If game can be applied to any situation that you may suspect is happening to a child. So use the game to give answers to difficult situations that the child might not know how to get out of safely. For example, what if someone knocks on the door and you are at home alone? What would you do? You would never open the door. You could call a neighbor or a relative if they won't go away. Or you could call the police if you can't get any help and you are scared. Another scenario is, what if a babysitter tries to touch your private parts? You would tell them no and then go and tell somebody. Do not ever keep it a secret if they ask you to. Or what if somebody comes to your local school and says, your mummy asked me to pick you up from school? You would never go with anybody you don't know, even if they know things about you and your family, like names and addresses. They could always have found these on the internet. I bring the babysitter situation up as this is what happened to me when I was 4 and 5 years old. I never told anybody as I was embarrassed and I thought I would get into trouble. This is what most children go through when they are abused. In fact, I never told anybody till I was 30, which is what I want to alleviate with this program. Many children carry the secrets of abuse to their detriment throughout their childhood and for many well into their adulthood. By discussing these subjects with children, we're opening the lines of communication. And we're hopefully preventing abuse by giving them the knowledge that they can say no and that they can tell someone. We're showing them that there are avenues of help available and they do not have to suffer alone.
Loud. We're gonna play the What If game. There's questions and answers for you. If you wanna be a winner every time, this is what you've got to do. Say no! No! Just say no!
Song 4. If you have a problem, tell someone. The objective of this song is to reinforce the learning of telling someone if you have a problem. And if that person doesn't listen to you, to keep telling till someone does listen. Give children a list of all the safe adults they can talk to if they do have a problem. For example, mums, dads, aunties, uncles, granny, grandpa, older brothers or sisters, principals or headmasters, school counsellors, neighbours, policemen, a mentor, pastor or spiritual leader. Children can also get involved by discussing who else in the community they would feel happy to talk to. Telling somebody about problems can be one of the hardest things to do for children, as it might be difficult for them to try and explain what their problem is, and they might also be afraid of how the person might react. We need to talk to children about telling someone about their abuse. We need to prepare them for what reactions to expect. I wouldn't do this with the young children, but definitely with the older children, 8 years and plus. So grown-ups might be offended or angry, shocked or scared. They might not believe you. They might threaten you not to tell. The main lesson to get through to the child is that if someone doesn't believe them or does nothing about the problem, they must tell someone else and keep telling until somebody listens to them. Never ever give up. We need to tell till someone listens.
If you've got a problem, you don't know what to do, go and tell somebody till they listen to you. You've got to find someone to tell your troubles to. If you've got a problem, find someone who'll listen to you.
Song 5. Love is gentle. Neglect is one of the most common forms of child abuse, and it is also one of the most complex, as many children that suffer from neglect also suffer from other types of abuse. It can have long-lasting effects, including mental problems, poor physical, emotional and social development, behavioral problems, and low self-esteem. So we need to support parents that do not have the necessary knowledge or skills to provide a safe and loving home for their children. Children come from many different types of families and backgrounds, but the rules of love should always be the same. Children should be loved gently. They should be cared for, looked after, have enough food to eat, have clean clothes, someone there to make sure their teeth are clean and they've brushed their hair and bathed. We can also have someone there to help them with their problems, pay attention to them and to read to them, and someone to make them happy when they're sad. It is a good idea to talk about this subject with all children, because if they can see one of their friends or classmates is not being looked after, they'll know to go and tell a teacher or a parent so that that child can be helped. You can also learn so many things about children by just opening a safe avenue of communication where the child feels they can talk to you about any problem, no matter how big or small.
Love is gentle, love is kind. Sing along and you will find there's so many nice things we can do to show our love.
Song 6. Say no to secrets. The song objective is to teach children not to keep secrets. Abuse flourishes in secrecy and allows the abuser to keep control of the child. This is why we need to teach all children not to keep secrets. Teaching about good secrets and bad secrets can be difficult to explain, so keep it simple and have a no secrets rule. You can talk about surprises instead. Surprises are fun. For example, we'll not tell mommy or daddy what we have bought them for their birthday, as it is a surprise. This is a scenario where children are not having to keep it quiet for too long, and it always has a positive outcome. We like to explain to parents and teachers in the lesson plans for this song that all too often well-meaning grandparents or aunts and uncles might say to children, let's have some cookies or sweets, but we'll not tell mommy or daddy, it'll be our little secret. It may seem harmless, but it is showing children that it is okay to keep secrets.
I'm not gonna keep your secrets. We're not gonna keep your secrets. I'm not gonna keep your secrets. No, we're not gonna keep your secrets. If you try to hurt.
The program has video tutorials and lesson plans for each song so that parents and teachers can feel comfortable about the discussion. I also have 2 free courses. Course 1 is the Introduction to Child Maltreatment and Safeguarding Children, which covers why we need to teach about maltreatment, worldwide facts from ISPCAN, how child maltreatment affects a community's quality of life and economic prosperity, different types and signs of maltreatment, and how to react if a child discloses their abuse to you. It also gives the basics on how to report child abuse. Course 2 is how to teach the My Body is My Body prevention program. This includes tutorials and lesson plans on all 6 songs and children's workbooks and a quiz. I hope that you've found this session helpful, and please visit the website to access all the program resources.